Record. Hey, Tracy, my beautiful friend.
Hello.
So I started doing my tracker in August, and it was pitiful. Okay, and don't look at the background. We've been doing Christmas stuff. Okay, so anyways, well, Tracy's been doing Christmas stuff. I've been looking cute. So, anyways, Um, 90 days. Have y'all ever heard the process of 90 days? Like it really, truly for your business to get momentum going, you have to do something consistently for 90 days. And then it's like a built up, I would say like a built up explosion, like a volcano. It's like it builds up, it builds up, it builds up, and then it finally you can see it, right? It's like something that's happening under the surface, but you can't really see anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tracking me? Okay, so Nikki Smith started this tracker, and so it was faces on the front, interviews on the back, and this is where I would do my reorders at. And I'll be honest with you, starting to track, it was just honestly, I was pitiful at keeping up with it. Does that make sense? Like, have y'all ever just like, I printed the trackers, it looked great, and I kept forgetting to use it? Yes? Okay. So that was me for like a month and a half. Okay. And I just want to be very transparent with you because I'm a boss. I do 30 faces like a rock star. Okay. Like, I mean, I'm just not being boastful, I'm just sharing. Okay. But at Fall Retreat, I was recognized for doing 100 faces. Had I not tracked it, I wouldn't have been recognized because the last week I realized I was 8 faces short. Okay. So if I wouldn't have tracked it, I wouldn't have earned it. Right. Okay. So I also have a little tracker that helps me keep up with how many booking attempts that I'm doing. Okay. So if I complete one full page, that's 50 booking attempts. If I do front and back, then that's 100. Okay. So what I found was that the more that I got into my booking tracker, the more juicier the face tracker was. Okay. And so that was fun. I loved tracking my bookings because it was something I could control. Do y'all feel that way? Like if I will focus on tracking the bookings and filling up that paper, I don't even care if they say no to me. I'm filling up my paper. Okay. So I was just excited about that. I just want to say that. I was super excited about that. And like some weeks, like this week I filled up the booking tracker. Like I did 100 attempts that week. But then there were some weeks where like I fell short. That next week I did a full front and half of the back. Okay. So like it's not that I was perfect. I need y'all to hear that. It wasn't perfect. It's still not perfect. There's not been, I mean, I might have done a full 100 attempts, maybe 3 weeks out of this entire thing since August. Okay, we're in October. Okay, so I need you to know that I'm doing it imperfectly, and I'm like, well, I get a new week and I get to start fresh. Okay, so this month, I have been super focused on my bookings, but also I love so my booking tracker, if I get a booking, I'll put a smiley face, okay? And so that makes me super excited about it. And then I also started to find that my faces were starting to fill up. Okay? So there's 15 slots on, hold on. That's me tracking. But there's 15. This week I actually completed 18 faces this week. Because I, as a director, count the debut parties too. So that week I had done 2 debuts plus 9 personal faces. Okay? I know, wild, right? But let me tell you, here's what I wanted to show you. At the end of last week, these are my statistics because I am tracking all the things. If I get referrals, I'm putting how many. If I got a new phone number at Hobby Lobby, I'm tracking it. She's going in my box and I'm keeping up with it. Okay. And this has changed everything. Are y'all ready? Okay. 186 new leads for the month. 186. Y'all, I have gone one time to do Working Women's and I gave the leads to Bree. She got the leads. I didn't take those. These are all referrals. Or I was at the store and grabbed a new name. Okay? That's it. So I have not gone and done any lead generating of that or anything. I'm just doing a fabulous game. I ran out of profile cards. That's a good problem to have, right? So I have to make something on a piece of paper. Y'all, it's gotten real. You too can be a pink Cadillac director, okay? Okay. I've gotten 54 bookings this month. Okay. I've done 38 faces, and if I count the faces from yesterday, I've done a total of 40 so far. My goal is 60. I said, how can I find an extra 18 in the next few days? How can I? Right? Not, I don't know how, but how can I? I've done 22 sharing appointments. Now I'm picky, okay? So if I'm in front of a group of girls and they they aren't on the radar, I don't share. That's just me, but if you are not a director yet, you share with everybody, okay? Okay? I want high caliber women. Okay. I have sold $3,535 worth of product this month. Okay? That's almost 1,800 in profit. What would you do with that? Okay? I've added 4 new personal recruits this month for now. And one from our unit has with Lisa Marshall. And personally, I've gotten 2 qualified recruits, meaning they came in with inventory. Okay. So, what would you do with that kind of numbers? Would you be excited? Like, no one can tell me people are not booking, right? No one can tell me people are not gathering their friends because I've been seeing people, like seeing people. Okay. I don't care if it's if she does. I told Tracy, I said I've even had facials this month that I sat with them, spend an hour or two, and they didn't buy anything. I had a double facial yesterday where I only sold 60. So it's been imperfect. I haven't had like hundreds and hundreds of dollars per face or whatever. So I want you to hear that. Okay. But I still have sold almost 3,600 worth of product. Okay. Because it's the name of the game is to do it imperfectly and to keep going no matter what it looks like. Okay. And I just want you to know that I just am excited to fill up my sheet for my bookings. I thought to myself, oh my gosh, it's Tuesday and I haven't done any of my booking calls yet. So it's just a matter of like putting the pedal to the metal and picking up the phone. And y'all know that I call, leave a voicemail, send a text. So my booking attempts are call, leave a voicemail, send a text, call, leave a voicemail, send a text. That if I call, leave a voicemail, send a text, I mean, OMG. My customer is finally texting me back. She's blowing me up. Okay, so one attempt for me is call, leave a voicemail, send a text. So that is a lot, but it is worth it. Worth every minute. What would you do with an extra $1,800 in your pocket? Claire, she said she would scream. Is that what you said? Oh, I was trying
Sorry,
to
I said pay my rent.
pay my rent. Okay, boo.
That would be great if I could just use that to pay my rent and my checks just to do other things.
It all came from a focus of tracking my booking calls. So I didn't quit when I got tired. I quit when the numbers were good. A week and a half ago, I think I was in Greenwood. Um, yeah, Chrissy said I'd be happy and want more. But a week and a half ago, I think it was on a, I don't know. I don't know what day it was. It all blends together when you're having fun. But I sat at the coffee shop. I was in Greenwood and I had a party there and I left and I had only sold like 150 at the party. But I had leads and I told Trey I was gonna have movie night that night, but I told Trey, I said, I need to sit here. It was on a Saturday because I said, I need to sit here and finish my booking calls, or I'm gonna have to make booking calls tomorrow. And tomorrow, I wanted to just spend time with my whole family and not do anything. So I'm gonna sit here. I'll be here until they close or until I finish. And he said, okay, sounds good. He did not give me grief about it. He did not ask questions. He was like, okay, because he knows that I'm like pedal to the metal, let's go, right? So, it was just it's one of those that's one of those moments where I could have chose comfort over doing the dang thing, but I decided that I was going to sit at that coffee shop and my butt hurt because that freaking chair was so hard. And I'd been sitting there for like 3 hours. You ever sat somewhere for 3 hours? Your booty starts to really go numb, okay? And I was just like, I'm doing this. And I'm gonna spotlight this so that my recording is not just not me. So, anyways, I sat there for another 3 hours. I was there for 6 hours, but you guys, my bookings were full for 2 weeks. Full for 2 weeks. And I already have a slew of bookings for November because I'm also learning to master leaving with bookings. I am leaving my appointments with parties on my date book. And I'm legitimately, I mean, used to I would say, girl, my date book's filling up fast. You want to go ahead and book with me? And I was really fluffing that, if you know what I mean. Okay. But the truth was that in the past that wasn't the case. But now, I mean, like, it is juicy. Would y'all like to see? It is juicy. I would love to fill this up right here. Except for this girl is at Anderson. So I'm gonna have to find another appointment in Anderson that day. But this is this week, and then this is next week. Yes. This is the next week. Yes, I have bookings 3 weeks out. This is the next week. I still have another booking right here. Um, then I do have some bookings up in Thanksgiving weekend. And then I think I even have a couple. Yeah, here's December. I've got a few in December already. Okay. So, what eyeshadows am I wearing? They launch next month. Okay. Just saying. So, my thing is that if you are consistently working, now listen, y'all, it's just like I said, I did not make booking calls yesterday. Okay. I didn't. But the goal is to have a certain amount of attempts by the end of the week. Okay. So, with that being said, Tracy, will you go to my front seat and get my makeup bag? They're dying. They're dying to know about my eyeshadow. I think so. I didn't lock it. I feel like you live in a safe neighborhood. Okay, so I want to talk to you for a second just about managing your life with your business, okay? And how to like merge the two together, okay? So, first things first, I want to give you just some quick tips on some money management skills that I've really picked up, especially as you begin to sell tons of product, because that's what you're going to go do, right? Everybody say, yes, girl. That's what I'm going to go do. Okay. So I want you, thank you. I want you to start keeping, thank you, babe. That's trash. Oh, thanks for cleaning out the car. I want you to start keeping receipts, track of all your receipts. If you don't have some kind of little folder, like a zip folder, like some kind of, or a bag or something that you can keep in your car, and literally just take all the receipts and put them in that little zippy bag or whatever. A Ziploc bag is fine. I don't care. Just something to keep them separated so that way you are keeping up with your receipts. Um, if you are not tracking your mileage, now is your time to start doing that. Okay. I use an app. It's called Mile IQ. Okay. Mile IQ. I think I pay $5 a month maybe for that. There may be an annual thing that you could do that might be cheaper. I'm not real sure. $5 to me is a coffee. No big deal. So it's actually cheaper than my coffee. It's so sad. Okay, so but mileage is huge because you can keep your gas receipts, but you get more bang for your buck if you have the mileage log for your business, okay? And I'm telling you this because the year ends in a few months. Y'all hear me? And you're gonna need these things. So that's why you're getting this right now. Okay. Um, you need to have, if you, a lot of you probably do, but if you're newer or haven't been doing this, you need to have a separate business account. So that also brings me to my next point of stop budgeting like it's 1997. I mean that with my heart, my a really beautiful heart, okay? But you've made budgets before. You've tried apps, I'm sure. The problem is not creating the budget, it's what happens after. True? True. Okay. Most people are still trying to use the same system that they had when they opened up their very first checking account at 16. Okay. And life has gotten so much more complicated, and so has your finances. You are a business owner now. And so I just want to share this with like grace. Okay, this is not you're doing anything wrong, but just like I want to share some tips that I have found that really works for me. Okay, so one account is not enough for everything. Okay, you need separate checking accounts. And can I just say, just from life, okay? You need to account for your bills. You need to account for spending because when the spending money is out, you can't go to the bill account. You know what I'm saying? You also need a savings, which is awesome. But I have a Christmas savings that I kind of tuck money away into. I also have a business savings so that when I want to go on trips for with the company, I have set aside money for that. Okay. Like I sold almost 3,600, but 1,800 wasn't my full profit. I mean, it technically was, but I take 10 to 20%, excuse me, and set aside. You understand what I mean? So that money goes into a separate account for business use. Okay. Um, I do a 60-40 split. So 60% is for Mary Kay stuff, 40% is my profit. Okay. So I have 50% that goes into my spending Mary Kay. I have literally have a Mary Kay spending account, Mary Kay savings account, and then I have my I as a director have a Mary Kay bill account because I pay for a lot of things for my business, like prizes for y'all and subscriptions for things. And I pay assistants and all that. So I needed a Mary Kay bill account. Does that make sense? Okay. So use separate checkings. It's okay to have more than, like, you can have 10 checking accounts a lot of times and not pay any extra fees. Okay, just depending on where you bank and what their rules are. Um, the other thing is manually paying bills and hoping that you did not miss something. That is super stressful. Setting up bills on auto pay can be great as long as you are putting the money into that bill account and it's fully funded. Does that make sense? Like you don't want to do auto pay and then the money not be there. That would suck, right? Um, Tracking your expenses. Okay, so here's what's hard. If you're not willing to just track your expenses for yourself, your life, it's really hard to track your business. Does that make sense? Like, just learn to just keep up with it. So, what I've done is like either late at night when I first get home, if my brain is still working, sometimes it's not. Okay, let's be clear. But if my brain is still like, okay, I can handle a little bit more information, then I will go and fill out my beast mode sheet for my business. But if for some reason it's not, then I'll do it first thing the next morning. Okay. So just like keeping it on my brain, like this is something I have to do, right? Okay. So you gotta know the difference in wholesale and retail. Wholesale is what we pay, like Costco and Sam's. It's a wholesaler, right? So we buy in bulk and get it at a cheaper rate. And our rate is so awesome, 50% profit, which is so good. So wholesale is what we buy it for. Wholesale is also what you are rewarded on. Okay. So your prizes are based on wholesale, what you're paying for it. Um, the company rewards you based on wholesale. Your star consultant rewards are based on wholesale, right? And retail is what we sell it for. Okay. Retail is what we sell it for. So try to keep your business costs to a minimum. Listen, I love all the frou-frou stuff for Christmas and it's fine, but you need to set yourself a budget. Okay? Do not overspend trying to make everything frou-frou. They're gonna buy it, I promise. You don't have to have the extra trim, okay? Um, you check on TJ?
Yeah.
Okay. Give yourself time to build a profitable business. Give yourself time. The average business, okay, not Mary Kay, but I need you to hear me. The average business takes 3 years of 24/7 to be on a profit basis. Okay? Thank goodness ours is different with a proven and precise marketing plan. So, how quickly you start making money is based on how quickly you can get a full level of inventory. Do you hear me? Because if you do not have a full level of inventory, you're wasting money on shipping, like so much money on shipping. Okay. So you've got to start, like my brain as a brand new consultant this was not my full-time income at that moment. And so I needed to invest as much as possible in order to get myself to a full level of inventory. I needed one of everything and multiples. You know what I mean? Okay, so that was my thought process. And so never get discouraged in your first year if that's what your goal is to get full inventory. Y'all, it takes time to be great at something, and you are greatness in the making. Okay? You are greatness in the making. You've got to give yourself grace and get to that level. Y'all, I sell 3,600 and I'm not freaking out on whether or not I have the product on hand. Okay? once or twice, I sold all my normal to dries. Okay. Apparently, everybody's skin is switching over right now. Okay. So I was like, now I've got an influx on that. I thought I was great. Okay. So track your inventory. I created an inventory tracker for you. It is on my website towards the very bottom. Okay, I will tell you that towards the very bottom. And what it is just like a Excel spreadsheet type. And it just helps you put how many of each item do you have in stock. And it also shows you where you're missing stuff. Okay. And I personally, I update that like once a month. Okay, I don't look at it 24/7. I update it once a month. So that way I know what I need to restock and replenish in. Okay. Time management skills. Y'all know I'm like, I'm kind of a time management Nazi. Okay. So, you know how much I love my calendar. It's very important to me. Using a date book that has appointment times. Appointment times. Okay. You are a business owner who are scheduling appointments with people. You need really what's called an appointment book. Okay. So a lot of cosmetologists, if you pay attention, they use appointment books because they're scheduling people to come in and get their hair done. And then they can mark off how much time. And some people you're fine if you're trying to use your phone. If you only want to do one or two appointments a week, that's fine. If you want to really make some great money, you're going to need an appointment book. Okay. Okay. So, I work from, here's what I know. When I do the work I say I'm going to do in the time slots that I say I'm going to do it, I don't have guilt when I go spend time with my family. And I don't have guilt when I take, y'all, we've been having 2 nights a week date night because I feel like that's what our marriage needs and we can afford to do it. And I'm spending a lot of time in my business right now. And I just am like, I got to make time for my man. So, like, let's go do something, you know? So, I've been in the process of doing Wednesdays and Sundays. Now, it doesn't always work out, but it has been. So, you've got to work smart, okay? If I have a hint of a thought, like, let me give you an example. Saturday, the girl who I had scheduled for like 3 o'clock, I had texted her Monday or Tuesday, never heard from her. Texted her again Wednesday-ish, had not heard from her. I thought to myself, she not gonna hold her appointment. Okay? Like as a business owner, you can take the reins of your schedule. If she's not holding her appointment, I'm putting somebody else right there. Okay, so I double booked. Guess what? Day of, she texted me that she couldn't hold. Well, I didn't care because I had a girl named Shelly wrote down. Okay. So, like, be smart, double book the ones that are not communicating with you. If for some reason she was going to hold and she decided to hold, I have a slew of Mary Kay amazing sisters who would probably take a free appointment, right? So, if it did go through, then I'll just give it to somebody. What a blessing it is to have so many bookings that you're able to gift it to one of your sisters. Okay, let's go. So keep your date book with you at all times. I'm taking my date book with me into church. I'm taking my date book with me into the restaurant, into the date night. When we go get my pedicure, I'm getting my date book. It's going in the bag. Because if she wants to book with me, I want to know what I've got open. If she finally texts me back after 3 booking attempts, I want to know what I got. Okay? So work smart, girls. Time is your greatest asset. You can waste it or you can save it. You can use it or you can lose it. For example, gossiping, long coffee breaks, sleeping too much, being constantly late, standing in line with crowds, all because you lose time. They all cause you to lose time. Plan ahead and avoid these things, and you'll be hours ahead. You guys, take over your time. Time is money. Don't waste a minute of it. Besides, we need to be good stewards of our time. One thing that God really laid on my heart Saturday after my appointment, I came home and I'll be honest with you, y'all, I had worked like 5 days straight and I was exhausted. It's not a physical work that we do in Mary Kay, but it's a lot of mental work. And so it's draining in a different way. You're mentally exhausted rather than physically exhausted. But I came home and God had just really put it on my heart like, you want to earn another Cadillac. Are you taking care of the one that you have? And I washed my car from top to bottom. I went through, I texted Trey, said, gonna be later than I thought. I'm taking my car through the car wash. And then I came home because I'm not vacuuming in heels, okay, in a skirt at those little machine things. So I came home, changed my clothes, went back out with my vacuum and cleaned my car from top to bottom. My mother-in-law came outside and she said, like, are we trading it in? Or are you about to let somebody borrow it? I said, no, I just wanted to clean my car because God laid it on my heart. If I'm going to be a good steward over the things that I currently have, God will bless me with more, right? That includes your finances. If you are a good steward with what you have and you give God your 10%, His 10%, let me be clear, His 10%, He will bless you abundantly. In other words, if I take my time and I'm a good steward over the time the Lord has given me, He will bless me exponentially. You'll have more time than you thought you did because you took care of the time that you did have. Okay? So use a weekly plan sheet. Plan your week out. Y'all, I like to do mine 1 month in advance. Okay? I tried doing it week after week after week, and it just kept being shoved into the next, into the next, into the next. So I just decided I'm going to plan out my entire month. This will be when I'm having my date nights. I mean, I know when my date nights are in November. Trey has no clue, but I do. Okay? Um, and all of that is very important, y'all. The reasons that you need to do a 6 most important list. The list is made the day before, so it enables you to plan out your work day. We get up for our day with a focus of accomplishment. The satisfaction of getting the list accomplished has been incredible. I don't necessarily have a 6 most important list, but I have this little tiny spiral notebook that I keep in my purse. And anytime I think of something that I need to get done, I just open it up and I write it in there so that I don't forget. Okay. This morning I spent time in my office. There was like, I needed thank you cards to go out for my faces from this past week. And then I had to mail a card to Julie Williams for her dog dying. Then I had to mail a card to the guy who bought us a gift card, me and Holly, Starbucks gift cards. I wanted him to get a thank you card. And then I had some sample packs that had to be mailed. So I had all this stuff that needed to get done, but it would have fell through the cracks and never gotten done had I not wrote it down. Okay? So that's important. Write down all the things that need to get done and create discipline daily. Success is one day at a time. You're not going to do this. It's not going to happen overnight. I told you I started tracking all of these things in August and now my results are showing up. Here's the thing. We get so caught up and we quit early because we haven't seen the results yet. Girls, the results are coming. They're coming. You got to keep pressing in. You think I didn't want to quit in August? I did. I was pissed off. I was really mad in September. Okay? But I knew, like, wait a minute. I am the CEO. I'm the CEO of my corporation. I get to decide where this ship is going. I'm turning this sucker around. And I want to take a slew of consultants with me. And I want you to have everything that you want, but here's the truth. I can't make you go do anything. Mary Kay is like it is like a volunteered army, okay? And I can't press you into pushing you into doing anything. I can't make your wholesales be higher. I can't make your sales be higher. I can't make your face count go up. I can't make you do anything. All I can do is encourage you and uplift you and lead by example. And that is what I'm going to do every single day, day in and day out. And hopefully, y'all will catch on and start doing it too. And can I just tell you that an extra $1,800 for your family is pretty freaking amazing? So, always be a student. And remember, those who show up go up. So, thank you for being on tonight because you guys are the honestly, you guys are the most incredible piece of my business. I tell people every single day, I love doing facials and parties, but my favorite thing is pouring into y'all. It is mentoring you and leading you and seeing you grow. It is my favorite part. I love meeting with y'all and doing booking blitz. It is my favorite. I hate making booking calls by myself. I would rather do it with a friend. And leadership is the most incredible gift. And I hope that one day that you guys will step into that. Um, Mary Kay always said, when you've had a good week, the meeting needs you. And when you've had a bad week, you need the meeting. So don't give up on coming to the trainings, even when it sucks. You guys, there's been seasons in my business where it sucked and I wanted to quit. But if I would have quit, the diamonds and the trips and the cars wouldn't have come. So you have so many resources. We have our trainings here. Wednesdays, Holly does events. I do the events tonight, like we're doing Double Dare. You have the in-person events that we're going to start doing. A lot of you have already registered. You already registered for my November meeting. Wave at me. Yeah, let's go. I'm so excited. We're going to have so much fun. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. You guys, our next in-person Holly Low event is January Jumpstart, and it is January 2nd and 3rd. And everything that Holly has in store. Can I just let me just say this. Okay, she told me something super cool. As a red jacket, if you go to January Jumpstart as a red jacket with 3 active recruits on your team, she is paying for someone to come in and show us our colors. Like what colors you need to wear your season to make your eyes pop and everything, but you have to be in your red. It's like a treat for the red jackets. Also, she's doing if you finish 100 faces um between I think it was October 1st through December 27th, okay? So it's about 30 a month, give or take, okay? If you do that, then you will also earn a spa day. And y'all, the spa day that we had at Fall Retreat, I think, okay, so when I hear spa day, I just really assume we were doing charcoal mask, okay? And hydrogel eye patches. Like, that's my kind of spa, okay? She had a masseuse come in with their chairs, and you sat up in this chair and like press your face down, and they massaged your head all the way down to your lower back. Best thing ever. Okay, so she is, if you finish your 100 faces, she is, and there's no quotas on sales, there's no certain amount of recruits. If you just do the faces, you earn the spa day. She's already hired the masseuse. Yeah. I'm like, what? I had to be a Cadillac director to earn that. She's giving it to 100 faces. Let's go. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So, I want to leave you with this and then we'll call it a night. Words of wisdom from Mary Kay Ash. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're right. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. I want to encourage you, y'all. You could be dumber than a box of rocks and have no idea how to do a Mary Kay party and be enthusiastic about the cleanser and sell boatloads of cleansers. Okay. But if you go in there with all the knowledge and no enthusiasm, you probably won't sell anything. So get you some enthusiasm, increase your excitement. That's what it's about. Okay. People are more attracted to people who are happy and excited rather than, duh. Okay. So God does not ask your ability or your inability, He asks only for your availability. And God did not have time to create a nobody, just a somebody. I believe that each of us has been given talents, God given talents within us, waiting to be brought to fruition. Each person is unique and special. Most people live and die with their music still unplayed. They never dared to try. The greatest pollution problem we face today is negativity. Eliminate the negative attitude and believe you can do anything. Replace if I can or I hope or maybe with I can, I will, I must. We need leaders, and I'll be honest, this is so facts right now. We need leaders who add value to the people and the organization that they lead, who work for the benefit of others and not just for their own personal gain. Leaders who inspire and motivate, not intimidate and manipulate, who live with people to know their problems in order to solve them, and who follow a moral compass that points in the right direction regardless of the trends. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the gang. Some might consider the golden rule corny or old fashioned, but no one can deny its simple truth. Imagine how much better our world would be if everyone lived by this creed. You can have everything you want in this world if you want it badly enough and you're willing to pay the price. Don't limit yourself. Many people limit themselves to what they think they can do. You can go as far as your mind lets you. What you believe, remember, you can achieve. You cannot keep determined people from success. If you place stumbling blocks in their way, they will use them for stepping stones and climb to new heights. A strong beginning is a good thing only when coupled with a strong finish. You guys, I hope that you will take what I've taught you tonight with time and money management and emotional management and tracking your business and really digging in on your booking calls. And I hope you'll go and really implement. That's the best gift you could ever give me, is to go implement and go do the things. So I do want to tell you this. Before I show you these eyeshadows, Chrissy's dying to know. Okay. Before I tell you about these eyeshadows, I do want to tell you this. So many of you are on target to earn your board with your little letters. Okay. Like I know if you finished your 600 in September, you're on target for this. And so I just want to encourage you to find a way, make a way to make it happen, okay? Because that stinking thing is going to be so cute on your vendor tables. I'm just saying. I mean, let's go, okay? um, so I want to encourage you, if you have the stuff sitting in the cart and you just haven't processed the order, if you get it processed by the end of tonight, I will order you one of these fancy eyeshadows. Okay? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so first things first, these are my personals. I've been using these, okay? So this one is called, so they're sticks. Hold on, let me see if I can, hold on.